What's up, KyuzouTV here. PoE for Dummies is back. And today we're looking at tips on how to defeat Izaro in the Labyrinth. So I started recording this video yesterday, but as I started to edit it, I kind of realized it was way longer than I wanted it to be, or even needed it to be. So take two. If you're new to the lab, what is it and where is it? By completing the lab, you gain access to choose between 3 ascendancies for your class, which is basically a subclass that opens up more build-enabling stuff. You'll find it in town in Act 3, but to gain access to it, you first have to complete various trials. And I will refer to Passive Exiles for Dummies Episode 12 for its locations and how to complete them. Once inside the lab, we have to navigate through various rooms filled with traps and mobs until we reach Izaro. Once we get him down a little bit, he will eventually run away. We then repeat this process of rooms and traps until we get to fight Izaro a third time. During the first 2 encounters, he will have a certain help, either mobs, totems, or statues that does various things to make Izaro even harder, especially during the final encounter. Therefore, you should destroy all of that to make Izaro easier. However, if you leave everything up, you will be rewarded with extra treasure keys at the end. To learn more about his phases and what his current phases of the day is, go to PoElab.com. The lab's layout and Izaro's phases changes every 24 hours, so if you're planning on running lab right after reset, you will have to give PoE Lab roughly an hour to update the site, as you have to go through every room on every difficulty manually to do so. So I'm going to show you what I believe the best strategy for beating Izaro is. I do have Ancestral Bond right now so that I don't do any damage. And this is just to so that I'm going to be able to showcase it a bit easier. So we're going to start with the pull. So you're going to want to move away immediately when he spawns. And all you really do the entire time, you just run in a big circle. What you don't want is to, you don't want to face him. You don't want him to face you. You want to be behind him at all times when you're attacking. So by running in a circle, see now he's attacking, so he's vulnerable. He's locked in animation. So you basically, well, depending on what traps and shit you basically have all the time in the world. So you want to focus on like killing these totems, for instance. You just run in a circle. You wait for your opportunity. Attack a little bit. Attack. Just run in a circle. Wait for him to do an attack, so that he's locked in animation and can't face you. What you can also do, like with Leap Slam, which it's a little bit riskier, but you just leap through him like this. So every time he faces you, you jump behind him. But yeah, as melee, I would actually suggest using something more ranged, like Sunder. Cyclone's kind of good too, because it's somewhat easy to always stay behind him. Oh, that's Ball Cyclone. Where's the normal one? It's fairly easy to just stay behind him like this at all times. Now, obviously, if you have more movement speed, that's going to be way easier too, but I do suggest using something ranged. If you're a caster or using a bow, I mean, that's going to be even more easier. Just literally, you just run in a circle and you wait until he's locked in animation, attack, and then run away. As you progress through the different lab difficulties, such as normal, cruel, merciless, it gets tougher and tougher. The lab gets longer, the traps more difficult. But most important of all, the third phase Izaro gets deadlier traps and deadlier trap layouts. Therefore, for Merciless or Uber, if you're insecure or undergeared, I highly recommend chasing a specific Dark Shrine effect called Movement Ceases, Tension Mounts. as this disables all traps in the final encounter, allowing you to move more freely and safely. These dark shrines are hidden in various rooms. Check PoElab.com in which rooms you can find these dark shrines. They're marked D with a red circle. That is it for this video. I hope I've been helpful, and I hope the video wasn't too long, and I will see you next time.